Hi everybody! In this video, I'd like to talk to you about project management as it relates to leadership. But before we get started, here are a few common jargon and terminology that will help you take part and contribute effectively in project management discussions. You know, funny, the other day, I heard that someone was lost in a hot air balloon and screamed to a man passing by down below, "Hey, I don't know where I am. Can you help me?" And the person on the ground responded, "You in a hot air balloon. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not too sure about the universe." And the person in the hot air balloon replied, "You must be a scientist." And the man below said, "Yes, how did you know?" Lost in the hot air balloon, the person said, "Everything you've told me is true, but I do not know what to do with this information. Honestly, I'm still lost. You haven't been of any help at all." And the man on the ground said, "Ah, you're a project manager." And the reply returned, "Yes, I'm a project manager. How did you know?" And the person said, "You have no idea where you are or where you're going. You've gotten to where you are now due to a lot of hot air, and now you expect me to fix your situation." Well, I hope that nothing bad happened to the person in the balloon, but right now I have 8 important terms that I'd like to share with you. Some of them are self-explanatory, and some will need explaining to understand the meaning as it relates to project management. And after explaining, this will cover project management and leadership. So here's a list of the words that we're going to cover. The first word is mission statement. And then we'll cover milestone, task, QA, quality assurance, QC, quality control, sponsor, action plan, and last but not least, baseline. So what is a mission statement? A mission statement is a concise statement, usually one paragraph, summarizing what the project is about and what it will accomplish. Well, important to know is what is a milestone, because most project management softwares use this term. It's a significant event in a project, usually a completion of a major deliverable. And there's also a milestone schedule, which identifies the major milestones. And another important term is task list. Well, a task is a well-defined component of a project's work, also known as a work package. And then there are other words like quality assurance, QA, which is the process of evaluating the project performance on a regular basis to provide confidence that the project will satisfy the relevant quality standards. And then another one is quality control, known as QC. And this is the process of monitoring the project results to determine if they comply with the quality standards and identify ways how to, fix the unsatisfactory performance things. A self-explanatory term is a sponsor. And in a project management setup, a sponsor is someone who provides the resources in cash or in kind. And this is not to be mistaken with a stakeholder, because stakeholders are individuals or organizations who are involved in the project and may be affected by the project activities. And the project sponsor sits on the project board. And this is the person who owns the project and receives the benefits for it. A project manager frequently reports to the managers for the duration of the projects, for all the reporting weekly and monthly. And another common term is action plan. An action plan describes what needs to be done and what needs to be completed. And project plans are actually action plans. And last but not least, we can talk about the baseline. It's the original plan of the project. and it's just the plus or minus approved changes, which is usually used with an adjective like cost baseline, schedule baseline. And now let's talk about leadership as it relates to management. So what will it take to be an effective project leader? Well, the most important things I've heard of are self-confidence, moral ascendancy, self-sacrifice, fairness, initiative, dignity, and courage. And so stick around if you'd like to know more about project management and leadership. So whilst in project management, I do not necessarily believe that the project manager has to know in detail how to do everything. It's important that the project team, acquire and respect the knowledge of the project leader. Have you ever been like in a project where the project leader just doesn't know what he's doing and the people just don't have respect for the project leader? And when that typically happens, trouble will surely follow. Self-confidence is a result of knowing more than your team, but to maintain moral ascendancy, which is based on the belief that you are the better man. And if you want to maintain it, you must have self-control, physical vitality, endurance, and moral force. And you have to have yourself so well in hand that even though in battle you might be scared stiff, you just won't show it. One of the most interesting questions that I'm often asked about project management is, do I need leadership skills to be an effective project manager? And I use the word effective carefully, because to me, all effective project managers have strong leadership skills. And that's not to say that you cannot become a project manager without leadership skills, but you're more likely to become, not really an effective project manager, because most project leaders are not doing their jobs effectively as leaders, because most of the time they're spending their time and efforts, with senior management and executives of a company instead of working with their team, And a great way to keep track of your leadership as a project manager is to work transparently with your team and have deadlines that you can meet while you are communicating on the same platform, to make sure that there's no breakage and everybody knows the status of the progress and timing according to the project and the budgets that are allocated. And this is normally done on an online platform, and a good one is like VentureHub. And this brings me to outsourcing, because if you're not outsourcing your business, you're losing money. To successfully outsource, you'll definitely need a project management software like VentureHub, where you can coordinate your communication with your team. What you'll want to ensure is that everyone is on the same page, and the best thing to do is to ask for one person who is responsible for the work that you have contracted, and they will help you oversee the jobs from the bigger clients. And so you'll definitely need a project management system that will help you to keep the transparency and the workflow in the best way, And you'll find that project management is a big part of companies. It helps you organize and to manage the company's resources. So you'll see that within a fixed time scope, is where the project is actually, there's always a fixed time scope. And to find a way to run a unique product, you have to manage it the right way. Yeah. And you have to check timing, technical skills, philosophies, and all these things are what make up project management. It doesn't just apply to big projects, but also to small projects. And the first part of project management lies in developing a plan for the project by discussing the points with the project creator. And make sure you know what results are expected from you. And once all this is clear, you have to list all the things needed to start and complete the project, and then list all the resources and the things, make a realistic map of the things you intend to do from the start to the end. And once you have a map sketched out, set a project schedule that you will follow. And in the schedule, you will know if you're ahead of time or whether you have to hasten things so that the schedule is met. And make sure you have a great staff that can help you handle the project. And you can do this by finding good people, because really there's no need for a very good leader and he has a team of people who are incapable. And give your staff praise for all the achievements to motivate them. And you'll see that project management always calls for good communication. And especially, when it comes to the communication between the leaders and the stakeholders. So, you don't want to have delays and misunderstandings. So project management is not really something complicated. It just follows a principle of hard work and proper planning to ensure that there's safe running from the beginning to the end of the project. And in a competitive world, businesses know that they have to be at their best in order to survive. And when you've got a bunch of people who are offering the same service, you have to be faster and better at giving your service and your product. And the people have to find a reason to patronize your business and to give you more business so that you can be successful. And thankfully, there's lots of softwares out there that will help you to get this efficiency. And you have projects like VentureHub that will help you to improve your management. And most of these platforms can do a lot to smoothen the flow in the organization and to let everything work as a breeze and give you a better workflow. And VentureHub is better utilized when a business also knows about all the things it can do. And sadly, there's not so many businesses that are staffed with people who know how to handle all the inner workings of the technologies. And fortunately, there are also many companies that can help you, maximize the benefits that come with project management softwares like VentureHub. Consultants like themarketfinder.com can definitely help you get a full range of the benefits of most softwares that will help you manage your projects. And they'll give you all the things to optimize the potentials. So you'll find that VentureHub can be run directly out of the box, but these technologies really excel when it comes to the customization you can do with them. And you'll see, when it comes to improving your business funnel, you might need a company like the Market Finder that will help you to set up your deal pipelines and relate it to your project management. So, a good consultant should be able to help you and show you to set up your environment that will satisfy all your business needs and address all your business concerns. And what's good is that VentureHub can, it's online, and you don't have to start to research and look for different project management solutions. It's a very simple one that is available online, and that makes the technical setup barrier very short. Thank you for listening. And if you're interested in trying VentureHub, check out the link in the description, and you can get a free trial and you can familiarize yourself with the software. If you like this video and this kind of information, subscribe to our channel and we'll be giving you more tips. So let's take your business straight to the top. Yeah. 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 Yeah.